Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Lee Haywood. 5:12 your time on this Wednesday morning. Welcome back to WSAV's Coastal Sunrise. Look how nice your Labor Day morning is going to be as you head out the door. Mid-60s inland. Pretty quickly moving off to the north-northeast this afternoon at about 14 miles per hour. Okay, we're quiet across the coastal empire and low country this evening. Of course, we had a great weekend after Hermine passed by. With Hermine moving through, just a couple of reminders. One, you can send us your pictures and your videos. All you have to do to share that is go to the WSAV Facebook page, or you can easily send them to us at pics@wsav.com. All right, Courtney, let's take a look at the latest with Hermine. It's lost its tropical characteristics, but it is still a very strong cyclone. You can see it is well east of the North Carolina coast, but producing some rain showers from the North Carolina coast up into Virginia. And again, as you were mentioning, a dangerous storm surge possible in the mid-Atlantic states. Well, we're in the wake of that system, and things are nice and quiet for us. Some sun and some clouds. We do have a few showers, isolated thunderstorms over Florida, but should be a relatively quiet night for us. Temperatures right now 84 degrees Hinesville, Savannah, Hilton Head Island. We're 87 Waycross. So the forecast tonight calls for varying amounts of cloudiness, only a very slight chance for a coastal shower overnight. Temperatures dropping into the low 70s. We'll have details on Hermine and also impacts on possible mid-Atlantic areas. Also a pretty good Labor Day forecast in just a bit. Well, a good Sunday evening this afternoon and through the evening hours. We track strong to isolated severe thunderstorms. Things have quieted down over most of the area now. We're seeing some showers and rumbles of thunder, portions of Emmanuel County, also Jenkins and Screven County in southeastern Georgia, Allendale and Hampton County in South Carolina, up into western Colleton County. And you can see it's out ahead of a cold front. Two features we're watching this evening. One is a cold front to the west. Another, of course, is Tropical Storm Colin, which is north of the Yucatan Peninsula in the southern Gulf of Mexico. Winds are 40 miles per hour with this system, so it's a minimal tropical storm, but it should do some strengthening over the next 24 hours before making a landfall over the Big Bend of Florida. So where will Colin go? Let's take a look at the latest computer models and show you that they're pretty decently consistent in terms of the motion, taking it on a northeasterly turn somewhere around the Big Bend, then taking it across northern Florida, southeastern Georgia, and then shifting it offshore somewhere off of the South Carolina coast, then jetting it off the North Carolina coast very quickly Tuesday. So you can see the models are tightly packed. This gives us a little bit more confidence that the storm is going to follow one of these tracks. So again, extreme northern Florida, southern Georgia seems to be a likely track for Colin sometime tomorrow night. National Hurricane Center issuing tropical storm watches for our local area as of the 11 p.m. advisory for the entire low country of South Carolina coast. Of course, this includes Hilton Head Island and Beaufort, coming down into Savannah, Tybee Island, down the coast. Along the Altamaha River, as you go south of it, we have tropical storm warnings. Remember that a tropical storm is a wind of 39 to 74 miles per hour. So again, we're talking about some possible strong wind gusts in addition to the heavy rainfall, which is going to be a concern. National Weather Service issuing flood watches and flash flood watches for the area Monday and Monday night. This means we could see 3 to 5 inches of additional rain and maybe isolated totals of 8 inches in some of these areas shaded in here in green. So again, rain is a concern. It could be a possibility for some flooding if this storm organizes and brings some of those heavy squally downpours. Storm Team 3 Futurecast shows the storm tracking to the northeast. This would be tomorrow night. The position, again, the RPM model showing somewhere over southern Georgia, and all that rain spreading up the coast, as is the wind, the rough surf, and also the rip current issues. So the local forecast is going to be a wet one for Monday. This is really the bottom line. Rain chances increasing in the morning, then widespread heavy rainfall in the afternoon. And then as we head to the Monday night time frame, again, that storm tracking across northern Florida, southern Georgia, and offshore. The latest from the National Hurricane Center, winds are 40 miles per hour. Now, this is the official track. I showed you the models. The official track strengthens the storm to 50 miles per hour in the northeast Gulf as we head into tomorrow evening, tracking right along the Florida-Georgia border tomorrow night. As we go into Tuesday morning, offshore the Georgia coast, and then heading very quickly to the northeast, offshore the Outer Banks of North Carolina by Tuesday evening. So you see how fast that's moving. This is going to be a storm that's going to come in real fast. It's going to get out real fast. That's certainly some good news. But it still could produce 3 to 5 inches of widespread rain. Tropical storm force gusts, particularly on the coast. Of course, rough surf and rip currents Monday night and Tuesday as the storm comes through and then shoots out towards the Outer Banks of North Carolina. So the weather forecast as we go hour by hour tomorrow, look for rain chances increasing to 60% 50% by lunchtime. Solid rain chances in the afternoon. Rain could be heavy at times. Forecast highs again are going to be overall in the 80s tomorrow. Right now we're in the 70s to around 80. There are those forecast highs tomorrow. 85 in Savannah. Rainy day over the area. 84 Hilton Head Island and about 82 degrees in Jessup. In addition to all the rain, the wind, we also have the risk for severe weather, particularly in the southern communities. Not out of the question to see an isolated tornado as Colin kind of pulls in late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Not a good day to be on the beach, not a good day to be on the coast tomorrow, and that will continue into Tuesday morning. So as you can see, once Colin gets out of here, we're up to 90 Tuesday afternoon as the sky is clear. And guys, it's clear sailing going to Wednesday through the end of the weekend as dry air pulls back in. But wet day tomorrow and turning windy, and also flash flood watches and tropical storm watches.
Light at the end of the tunnel, though.
Yes.
We've only seen rain for like a week and a half.
It's been tough out there.
All right, thank you, Lee.
You bet.
That is right, Ben and Tina. We're talking about since Saturday the risk for those high rip currents, and they have been an issue, lifeguards tell me this afternoon. Since Saturday we've been seeing the choppy waves, the higher surf, and of course that enhanced risk for rip currents. Now let's talk about what is causing all of this. A couple of things. We've had this persistent onshore flow of brisk winds, and of course that tends to pile up the water on the immediate shore. That does kick those waves up, which cause the increased rip current issues. Swell from the Atlantic Hurricane Gaston, which Chris will have more on in just a second. Also Tropical Depression 8 spinning off the North Carolina coast, combining with the approach of the new moon, all helping to enhance that risk for rip currents. We're looking for greater than normal risk to continue for most of this week. So again, not recommended you get in the water. A few folks have been getting in the water this afternoon, but please keep in mind not to get in the water. But if you do, here are some safety tips. First, always keep your feet on the bottom as much as possible when swimming in surf conditions, remaining calm if a rip current happens to catch you, and of course trying to regain your footing if possible, and call for help. I mean, that's something really important to remember, and always remember, swim parallel to shore to get yourself out of that rip current. So that's the latest here from Tybee Island. Watching these rip currents, it'll be an issue all week long, and Chris, of course, is going to have more on that. Back to you.
Let's take a look and see.
You may know that catchy and memorable Captain Sandy theme song, an old Savannah institution and a wonderful and fun part of WSAV history from the mid-50s through the early 80s, back when markers were used to handwrite the temperatures on maps in the studio. While more than one person played Captain Sandy over the years, Joe Cox played the character the longest from 1965 through the late 70s.
Wilbur ought to be coming down here at any moment, giving us the forecast.
Captain Sandy had a few sidekicks. There was Wilbur the weather bird, who descended from above, suspended from a cable. Wilbur's wardrobe choice predicted the next day's weather. A Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses meant sunny and warm weather. If he was in foul weather gear, well, rain was ahead.
Gotta be faster than that, boy.
Captain Sandy would also snatch the tide report from the snapping mouth of Calamity Clam, who lived in Davy Jones's locker.
Low tonight, 66 degrees. Thank you, Arthur.
And there was also our thermometer, the temperamental thermometer. It was all irresistible fun, and Captain Sandy and his crew were a fixture in so many homes talking about the weather.
So overhear us again, once again tomorrow night, friends, at 7 o'clock. We'll be here waiting for you.
Those were the television days of long ago, before today's Doppler radar, storm tracking, and 7-day forecasts.
In the 1950s, there were no weather satellites or radar images to give meteorologists the big picture of weather patterns locally and across the globe. But today, with the communications and computational revolution, the amount of weather information available has increased dramatically. And thus, the understanding of how the atmosphere works has never been better. And with advanced supercomputers running complex computer models of the weather, you get more accurate forecasts than ever. You can always count on Storm Team 3 to be here for you, the daily forecasts, and keeping you safe when the storms move in, tracking them for you minute by minute. I'm meteorologist Lee Haywood from the Forecast Center.
How do tsunamis form?
A tsunami is a huge and powerful ocean wave. It's sometimes called a tidal wave, but they have nothing to do with the tides. A tsunami is caused by a sudden movement of huge amounts of ocean water from below. Sometimes a tsunami is only a foot high, but it can be as long as 60 miles, and it can travel across the top of the ocean at up to 500 miles per hour. Once a tsunami reaches the coastline, the wave can quickly get higher, sometimes up to 50 to 100 feet high. The wave then crashes into the coast and floods the land. The water can reach 1,000 feet inland and can be strong enough to destroy homes. Most happen in the Pacific Ocean with undersea earthquakes, but they can happen in the Atlantic too, and they usually happen when an undersea volcano erupts. From the Storm Team 3 Forecast Center, I'm meteorologist Lee Haywood.
Notice a lack of rain, so we're going to enjoy a great, well, just to say a wonderful 7-day forecast. Just talking to Courtney a little bit ago. Turns out both of us, this is a big surprise, love bacon. We wanted to go to the Bacon Fest tonight.
I know, but you know what? At least we have a full week ahead of good weather to look forward to.
It is going to be nice and calm after that big day yesterday.